I know that it's absolutely not efficient. It might not get me the most amount of views, but I don't really care about all that. I am starting 2 YouTube channels at once, mostly because I speak and think in 2 languages, and I would love the most to upload 2 languages to one channel, but then I will just really confuse the algorithm. And while I don't care too much for views, it would suck to get stuck in 0 view limbo. So I did a little bit of research if it's a good idea to talk multiple languages on your channel. Turns out it's not. So then I will just make 2 channels. And it's also for myself just an experiment, because I want to compare how making content in a different language will change the way I think about it, how it will change the content itself, of course, and also just observing my train of thought, because I'm a very analytical person, but I've actually never really analyzed this part of myself. I've been speaking Dutch my whole life because I am Dutch, but also from a very young age, I cannot even remember what age, I've been very good at English. I just naturally picked it up and it went super well for me. And it actually quite quickly came to a point where I also started thinking in English. I cannot even remember when that started, but I want to say somewhere around age 6 to 8, something like that. And up until this point, I never really thought about the fact that the language you are expressing yourself in might have an impact on the way you are expressing yourself. I actually got this idea when I was watching some content on the camera that I'm using, and the guy was saying that the camera you use will unlock a different part of your personality, and that made me think like, yeah, of course, the type of gear you are using will definitely change the way you express yourself. But that's definitely also true for language. The language you use will absolutely impact how you express yourself. I have no idea how. I mean, of course, it's going to be different for each person. I do notice at this point in life that I'm stumbling a little bit more with my English than I would like. I've always been a very fluent speaker. And also my wife and I have been speaking English together quite a lot, which is quite funny to me because none of us are. Okay, small technical malfunction because I am an idiot and I did not charge my microphones yesterday. Let me just pick up where I left. My wife and I actually speak a lot of English together. We used to speak, which is quite funny because we're both Dutch, like 100%. Our grandparents are super Dutch. We have no English heritage at all. But it just sort of naturally came to a point where we would be speaking a lot of English together when we were together in the house. We are currently not doing that because we have a little toddler that's just learning to speak. And apparently it's better to wait with teaching your child a second language until they sort of have roots in their first language, because otherwise they will just get confused. So right now we are really making a point of speaking mostly Dutch in the house, which sometimes does make my English a little bit dusty. I frequently find myself needing a good 30 seconds to find a certain word. And especially when I'm speaking like this, just throwing out my train of thought, I definitely find that it doesn't go as easily as it used to. I really want to work on that, so I think it's also just good training for me to make these videos. But also, like I just said, it's sort of an analytical self-experiment to see how my language will affect my form of expression. I think this is a really nice way to use, I mean, not everyone agrees that YouTube is social media, but I call YouTube social media. I think this is a really nice way to use social media, because I do know it's a lot of social media is super toxic, but if you really put that social aspect back into it, and especially these types of social self-experiments, or other people also do social experiments in groups, I think if you use social media for that, it's really, really a beautiful thing. Like for instance, today I watched a couple of videos. I think one guy was from America, I think one guy was from somewhere in Eastern Europe. I just think it's beautiful that we have this medium that can very easily make us connect to people that are thousands of miles away. And that's also why for some time I really wanted to quit social media altogether, and I actually did, but I found for me that wasn't the solution to the whole problem. So right now I'm seeing if being more on the creator side of the equation will help for me, because I did find if I'm only consuming social media, it's better for me to just not use it at all. But I really like the creator side of it, and I also think to fuel this creative side, it's definitely good to also consume a bit of social media. But I think just like a lot of people, it's a big struggle between finding the balance of consuming and creating. So just making these types of videos will hopefully help. In the beginning, I'm planning on just doing non-scripted videos, just because I like to go out, grab my camera and see what happens. Especially when I watch it back, I think that's at this point for me the most interesting thing to analyze. Like if I want to look at my self-expression, I just want to look at the most raw form where it's not thought out, it's not scripted, it's not this very calculated thing. It's just boom, go blabbing. I just want to see what that does for me. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.